things are beginning to go astray. Times are getting hard and difficult. We call that the time of trouble. Politically, there are a lot of questions. Health-wise, well, in our lifetime, we've never had to deal with a pandemic. And now we're dealing with monkeypox. And probably some other thing that will come up soon. The affection of men, people have gotten so evil. They're no longer patient with one another. They're full of rage. And there's a lot of discontent and unhappiness. When we look at the economy, well, you're living in the economy. The prices of everything are skyrocketing. And the cost of living is just astronomical. And it seems like it's going to continue to worsen. As we look at the world, we see that we have some very difficult times ahead. And I believe that at the same time, in proportion to the challenges that we're having, that we're seeing in just trying to live, in proportion to that, I sense that the Spirit of God is being poured out. And that God is empowering His people to carry the good news of the gospel like never before. And I want to thank you all for doing the work that you do among the people that God has raised you up to reach. To share this good news of the gospel, not just by word of mouth or communication, but also by the way you live. Your lives that are filled with the hope that one day something better is going to come. And that eternity is on its way even now. And that your desire is to share with as many people as possible the good news of salvation through Jesus Christ. And so here's the one text that I want to read to you. And this is at the beginning of a very important two scriptural verses that we like to read and recite. This is found in Matthew chapter 28. And this is verse 18. I'm just going to read one verse. And Jesus came up and spoke to them, saying, all authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. I want to stop there. You know what follows after that. The Great Commission to go ye therefore and teach and preach and baptize. But I'm stopping at this verse. I'm going to read it again. Jesus came up and spoke to them, saying, all authority. Authority in its totality. Everything that has to do with authority. All power, not some power, not partial power. But all authority has been given to me, to Jesus Christ, in heaven and on earth. And what that should say to each one of us is that regardless of what may be happening in the world today and tomorrow, Jesus is in control.